Fuck is up, boys? It is your boy Hon John here with the Hon Jon Homies. Okay, we are here moving, vibing, and we are thriving. All right. Today, as per usual, I got a new intro. I don't know if you all like that. Let me know. I'm gonna experiment a little bit more with it because I like my intro, but I want to make it feel more of like a moving intro. You know what I mean? Or like an experience. Like I'm saying, I'm just leveling up more and more. I gotta take this shit higher and higher, make my videos more well put together and more intricately filmed. You know what I mean? Eventually, I'm gonna have two camera angles. Okay, pretty soon, pretty soon. Um, you know what I mean? So I can just be like, what the fuck, switch between the camera angles. But without further ado, we're gonna get to cleaning the room. You guys already know how it goes. So, um, yeah, you think I can do like a cool transition? Well, let's see. All right, we're gonna just do it like this. Now, a lot of times in these videos, I kind of talk about upgrading the videos, but at this point, I'm really trying to upgrade the videos while as well upgrading my life, which is why I kind of clean my room, you know what I mean? Just to kind of give me a reason to kind of upgrade everything in my life, you know what I mean? Now, I got new puff codes you're going to see up in this next clip, but I just want to talk about my internet presence, right? I've had a couple just different channels over like my span of like being on YouTube, right? Being now or when I was just a little kid, you know what I mean? And there are just a lot of different channels, and I feel like it kind of shaped me to kind of go towards the Hon Jon route, you know what I mean? But yeah, this is just me using it a little bit. I'm gonna cut right here. But just talking about that, I kind of just remember it being a little dream of mine as a kid, just to kind of make videos and make them more of a YouTuber style. Here I'm just experimenting with camera angles, don't mind that. But just to kind of have my own presence on YouTube, you know what I mean? It'd always just be cool to make a video and have 100,000 people watch it, That's just always been kind of the dream, and I feel like the more effort I put in this, the more of a reality it might be. Alrighty, boys. Now, we are over here at the casting content couch, and we are chilling. Now, sometimes I just be thinking, right, what if Pappy's survival tips would really get you through a survival situation, right? Now, picture it like this, okay? Now, you and your homie are just chilling, right, on a couch just like this one, and you're watching one of those survival videos or one of those documentaries, and on the screen there's a homie using elephant shit and gator asshole as cover and camouflage and sunscreen, okay? Now, you start to wonder and get a hankering for that outdoors life, so you sign up for a Mr. Beast challenge, and he ends up actually accepting you, okay? Now, he drops you off in some very remote location, right? Very far out, where he can just helicopter and check on you, right? You kind of wander off a little bit, and you tend to get a little bit lost. And you don't really know where you are. Now, this is a two-man challenge with you and your friend, okay? Now, you and bro are out there. And first, so now you're into the forest, okay? And after getting a little bit lost from the Mr. Beast challenge, the cameras are dead. You don't have any trackers on you, nothing like that, because Mr. Beast didn't plan for this to get this out of hand, right? So, you remember Poppy's old tip, okay? Moss only grows on the north side of the trees. So you find it, the first tree you find some moss on it has not very much moss, right? So you're like, oh, it's on this side. We start walking. So you start walking, you're walking, and then you see a tree with much more moss on it, right? Surrounded all the way around. You're like, well, shit. Don't know what to do. You / creative mode and spawn in your compass, okay? You spawn in that compass. You kind of figure out where's north is, okay? You start walking, and slowly you feel like you just get more into the wilderness, not out of it, but you believe the compass, okay? You start walking more and more as the brush and the vegetation and the grass gets a little bit thicker, right? Then, out of nowhere, your friend screams out of pain. There's a snake crawling up his boot. Somehow you didn't notice, he didn't notice, and it bit him right on his goddamn Jimmy Long schlong, okay? Now, you remember Poppy once said, okay, that you could suck the venom out of that skin crank with just a little bit of effort, okay? Now, in reality, this wouldn't help you whatsoever because your mouth can cause infection, okay? The venom has already entered the bloodstream of that person, hence you would not be able to get any of it out, right? So, but you don't know this yet. You mentally prepare just prepare yourself to give him that shit. And, you know, that shit happens. You do it, right? And then you realize, oh, he's still in pain. Nothing helped, right? Like I just said, it's because it's entered his bloodstream. Now, more of the story, you basically owe your friend 20, or your friend owes you $20, okay? Because that didn't work. So, / creative goes into hand all the time. You spawn in the antidote, okay? Now, you got the snake antidote. You guys carry on. You walk in for a couple more miles, and I don't know where it's getting a little dark, right? You see a big old figure, 8, 9 feet tall, 7 feet tall, who knows, right? It's a little hard to gauge from the distance. And it just starts moving closer and closer and falls forward and starts moving closer, right? Now, your friend rises the grizzly bear and he just grabs you and he freezes. He won't let you go as you turn to run, right? Now, he remembers something that you don't even remember. Poppy once said, okay? You gotta lay down and fight dead, okay? So you guys do. You lay down. You play dead, right? That grizzly bear creeps up to you, crawls over you, just walks right by you. You guys are safe. Poppy was right on that one. Huh, so you thought, right? It was just circling around, assessing the situation for its meal. You basically served yourself up on a silver platter on that motherfucker. You might as well give him a napkin and a bib, alright? Now, what you really should do in that situation is get big and really try to be aggressive. And, like, you're not going to fight the motherfucker, but best you could do is try to get it to go away, right? But, moral of the story, you're dead. Your journey's over, and Poppy's not always correct on these survival tips and tricks and all of these myths to do. Like all these great things, they gotta come to an end, and I look forward to talking to you again. See you guys later for another Hon Jon Homie Chat. Laters, boys.